to another GameCast NewsCast, because that's what we've decided to actually call it. And this week, all
podcast.
Three of us are here. No, it's not podcast. It's the GameCast NewsCast.
I thought it was
Podcast.
GameCast NewsCast podcast.
What the fuck? No! That's terrible.
I'm just fucking with you.
It just
God.
rolls off the tongue. GameCast
Yeah,
NewsCast
GameCast
podcast.
NewsCast podcast.
Bet you can't say that 5 times fast.
Don't challenge me, because I will actually try.
That should be the tagline. That should be the tagline.
I'll try and
GameCast-
say it 5 times fast.
Yes.
GameCast NewsCast podcast. Bet you say can't. Bet you get. Yeah, God, I can't even say that 5 times
You
fast.
can't even get up there.
Bloody
This is
hell!
such a professional start.
Of course.
Damn right.
But, hey, we're having fun. I'm having
Yeah.
fun. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, definitely.
So anyway, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, we've finally got all three of us here, all three of the people who do the news on a regular basis. We have myself, Snowy, Count Fracula, however you want to refer to me as. Dickhead is the usual popular one. And we
fair.
also have... Yeah, thanks. We also have Maximol, who's also head of the review team.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
And we have Vox, the Voice 106.7, who is also part of the podcast team, doing yet another podcast.
Greetings and salutations, my friends.
Indeed, that lovely sultry voice.
Mm.
Those dulcet tones that lure me into sexual ecstasy. Anyway,
Mm.
from next week, this podcast here, this one that we're doing right now, is to sort of introduce the three main people who will be on this show all the time, except for the fact that Max is going on holiday in August, so he's not going to be on it for 3 weeks. Fuck you.
2
weeks.
Two.
Still fuck you.
Hey, Count. Hey,
yeah.
Count. Don't
Yeah.
mean to burst your bubble of hope here, but I'm getting my second extraction the 1st of August, so I don't know how long I'll be able to not speak.
Aha. I will have to work it out then. I might get a Sully on, but from next week onwards, we will be having guests on the show.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
yes.
looking at it, I'm only going to miss 1 week of this.
So yes, from next week, we will be having a guest every week, a rotating slot from somebody in the Gamecast network. Current plans for the next 2 weeks are Fatal Shock, who is on our opinion team, because he's feeling a bit left out because the opinion team kind of fell apart a little bit. And
It'll be here.
Wesley, who is our social media guy. And he would like to
He is
be
an
on.
opinionated man.
He is, yes. So those two are our next planned guests, but we don't know what order they'll be in. Just so you're all aware, that's all good. Today we are going to talk about some news, just go a bit more opinion-based than we normally do, and just get really deep into the news. Get it so deep in there.
Oh, the sexual
This is
innuendo.
like the third penis joke in the past half hour on this on Gamecast Discord.
You say that like it's an issue.
Exactly. Hell, I have hoped to squeeze in 10 more before the podcast is over.
Well, hey, whatever works, I guess.
That's already one. Oh god, the homoeroticism is real. Let's move on.
Do 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 do.
So let's jump into the first news story, and it has been confirmed by the developers of the Crash Bandicoot Remaster that it is indeed harder than the original.
Bloody hell! I knew it. I knew it. I knew it felt more difficult. Nobody believed me. I was telling them, it feels off. I'm sorry. This particular topic frustrates me because I've had.
Are you getting more British at the moment? Because you just said bloody hell.
It's you, Count. You
Yeah.
rub me in certain ways.
There's joke number 2.
Yeah, there we go. But in semi-seriousness, though, I had the pleasure of playing this game over at a friend's house now that he owns it, and I've played all 3 of the originals, and it felt so much more of a hellhole than before. I mean, the games are a hellhole already, but just getting through the levels again, and dying repeatedly. It's like, what happened to my muscle memory? Am I getting old? Am I losing my touch? No, they just made it fucking harder.
Damn, they almost gave you a midlife crisis at 24.
Oh man,
I know,
salt.
right?
Oh, the salt is real with you sometimes. It really is.
Look, I have enough salt to marinate a steak, all right? Fuck the steak. I have enough salt to marinate a cow.
So this came about when a Twitch streamer by the name of Ding Dong VG made a video which demonstrated the apparent problem with jumping, which is slightly different. There's a difference between the jumping arc of the original and the new one. And this sort of pointed everything out. And in a blog post, Kevin Kelly, editorial manager of Actishitten, said that Crash Bandicoot Insane... I hate Activision, they're a terrible company.
Fair.
You know, you're saying I'm salty. I'm hearing a bit of salt on your end, Count. I mean...
I never said I wasn't salty, I just said that you were.
Oh, well, thanks for pointing out my obvious salt.
Yeah, it's fine. That's what I'm here for. Apparently, the jumping mechanic... Well, the mechanics that were engineered first were from Crash Bandicoot 3, and then from those jumping mechanics, they tweaked them slightly for the other two games to sort of replicate them, but obviously didn't quite get the exact same results as the original games, which might be why it seems harder than the original.
So I'm not going insane is what you're saying.
Exactly, because apparently
Exactly.
you fall, the jumping arc is different because you fall quicker upon releasing the X button than you did originally.
Gravity. My greatest nemesis.
Is it?
Apparently, yeah, is it? No. Apparently the collision boxes are different as well, which can make you slip off of stuff.
Really?
I'm
I
just-
thought the collision boxes would have been better.
I mean, they may be better, like they may be more refined, but they're different.
Maybe. I'd certainly hope so, really, considering like that game was made for the PS1 in the 90s.
Yeah,
Is it the 90s? So it's
good
like...
times.
You'd
that was
think
the
that-
90s, I believe.
Yeah, you'd think
Late
that
90s.
hitbox detection would have been better by then.
Yeah. I just think it's interesting when they're like, particularly if you're a new player, you may want to start with the second and third games first and then come back to the first after you've had more practice.
Who the fuck
Maybe,
does
but
No
that?
sounds-
one's gonna do that.
No.
Like I'm being told to do that and I don't want to do that.
Well, yeah. Isn't the second game supposed to be, like, out of those three, the worst one?
Yes.
I've heard it
Yes.
is. I've heard 1 and 3 are very, very good, and 2 is, like, it's okay.
It's like the first one they got right, then the second one they were like, we screwed up, and then the third one is like, oh, well, we made up for that screw up. Here's a better one.
Yeah, the third one killed it, right? I remember loving the third one.
Yes. The third one is the one that's gotten, by far, I think, the most critical acclaim.
Okay.
Hmm.
The first one is a gem, don't get me wrong, but the third one is
Yeah.
where they really hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
Well,
I just
apart
remember
from
being too
Crash
young to
Team
judge
Racing,
these.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Apart from Crash Team Racing, Crash Bandicoot 3 has the highest average score on game
Oh.
rankings, and, well, Metacritic doesn't count the first two, but on Metacritic, Crash Bandicoot 3 has the highest rating of all of them.
Do
Okay.
you think they'll remake Crash Team Racing? I certainly hope they do. I love that.
That would be
game.
awesome.
That's the second time I've heard that. So I watched a What Culture video today where they were like, that needs to be made, and I was like,
Yes.
fair enough.
Yes, it does. Oh, such good memories.
And Spyro Remaster.
Oh, yes.
Stop it.
Oh,
I can only
that'd be
get
the
so
best
hard.
thing.
Right.
That's number 3.
Yep, there you go. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting if they also make like a new Crash game since this did so well. I wonder if they were sort of testing the waters. I think we mentioned this on the previous show as well, or at least I brought it up, I think. But I think that'd be very, very cool because this is a great way to gauge interest for that sort of thing because they could have just released a new Crash game and maybe no one would have bought it. But now that they know people still love the franchise, even though everyone has been talking about it like since the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, like I would see tweets about it randomly about, hey, what happened to Crash? So I think the interest has always been there, but this has just really proven it to Activision, and you know how they like to jump on the money train. So I think that they may follow through with making a new sort of game. We'll have to see, of course. Possibly. But I really just want a Spyro remaster more than a new Crash game.
Oh, yes. But you do remember that they did come out with 2 additional Crash games after the third one, right, for PS2?
Yeah, there were those. Weren't there more than that? There was Crash Nitro Kart as well, if I'm not mistaken. There was a second racing game on the GameCube.
Yes,
and probably other systems. Yeah,
weirdly
it was fun,
Crash
if I'm not mistaken.
Nitro Kart 2 was the last release before the hiatus in 2010.
Oh, there was a second one?
Yes,
See,
in 2010.
I think that speaks a lot about the games because none of us remember them. They were kind of not memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, apart from
know.
the first, apart from 1 and 3 and maybe Team Racing, I don't think many people actually remember the rest of the games.
Well, I mean,
I think there was a good PS2 one, if I'm not mistaken.
The fact that you said "you think" says
exactly.
But the thing is, I was so young around that time. That's the thing. Like, I have a bad memory of that sort of stuff.
Could we just odd shot a photo of baby Maximal just on the screen floating around?
Yes.
I can do that. I have a killer photo actually that I could do of me as a baby.
Oh, brilliant. So the timeline of Crash games, I want to see how many either of you remember.
Okay.
Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, Crash Team Racing, Crash Bash, Wrath of Cortex.
Oh, Crash Bash.
Yeah, Crash Bash. I love that one too.
Yeah.
Wrath of Cortex, Huge Adventure, Entranced Nitro Kart, Purple Ripto's Rampage, Twin
now you're making shit up. What?
No,
yeah,
I'm reading off the timeline of Crash Bandicoot releases.
Oh my god, they did blend with Spyro. I forgot about that.
They did one with Spyro? What?
And the Game Boy Advance.
What's that?
That's what the Ripto's Rampage one is.
Oh.
The purple.
Holy shit.
Because remember, Ripto's Rampage is Spyro 2. Apparently it wasn't awful.
Ripto's Rampage and Cortex Conspiracy are single-player, side-scrolling crossover adventure games in which the player controls Crash Bandicoot and/or Spyro the Dragon in their respective games. So, what?
Yeah, I remember this now.
That's really weird.
Well, I just got chills, man.
I'm getting these ROMs. I'm getting these ROMs and I'm playing them.
I'm gonna say, holy shit, I want to play
Let's
these.
play. Gamecast, let's play.
Well, I'm looking at the I'm looking at the review scores.
I'm gonna see how much these cost on eBay or something.
Yeah. It did somewhat decently.
Yeah.
So there's that, Twin Sanity, Tag Team Rampage, Boom Bang, Crash of the Titans, Mind Over Mutant, Nitro Kart 3D, Mutant Island, and Nitro Kart 2, and then the Insane Trilogy.
I have heard of half of those.
I've heard of
about 3 of those.
I only heard the originals and then everything. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. I used to have the PS2 one. What was that? A Cortex Strikes Back or something?
Yeah, I had that one too. I think it was Wrath of Cortex.
Wrath of Cortex, yes. I had that one, and I never actually finished it. It was just not very memorable to me.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Looking at Crash of the Titans got an 8 on IGN and has a 73 on Metacritic, though. That was in 2007. I don't remember that at all. I remember the name. Yeah. I just don't remember the feedback.
Spyro Orange, cartridge only. Best price that I can see, £6.04 for cartridge only.
Okay.
Oh, boxed for £10.38, but with £11 postage. Fuck you.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. Oh, man. Some of these are ridiculous prices.
Man, I didn't realize Crash went on for so long, though, after the PS2.
No, I kind of thought it died out about sort of 2005 time. Oh, there's a sealed one for £30 with £11 postage.
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool that they change up the game a little bit, not just make it like a pure remaster, but actually making it a bit more difficult. So, except for people like Vox here, old fans can look back and get kind of a new experience, but still reminiscent of the old one. I do think it's really funny that everyone's complaints were valid, though, about it being harder. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, because everyone was going in and it was just like, oh, Come on.
Don't
No,
get me wrong.
genuinely harder.
It's still a fun experience. Don't get me wrong. It just makes me rage that it's like I thought I was going nuts. No, it's just the game that's changed. Do 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 do. So it seems that Splatoon is getting an anime adaptation. And so we all know Splatoon, that lovable squid-based ink game that's coming out for the Switch. Personally, I'm very excited.
You're a kid,
Oh.
you're a squid, you're a kid now.
Thank you for that.
Who do you
Thank
think?
you.
What?
That's the fucking song from the advert.
Oh, is it? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
so
did
no
not just
words.
make that up.
I don't.
That is
no,
genuinely
okay.
a
you
thing.
just pulled that from somewhere.
Well, yeah.
It seems that Kodo has confirmed the fact there's going to be an anime about this. Not quite sure how I feel about it. I mean, I do like the game, and the kind of creepy storyline behind it. But an anime? Really? Tell me, how do you fellas feel about this?
Oh, it's interesting because a lot of games are getting animes now, too. Like, this seems to be another trend going. And it's weird because this generation, Nintendo is starting to jump on trends, as I'm sure you guys have noticed. And this seems to be another sort of trend that they're jumping onto. Like,
Yes,
not
because
100%.
8 years late, they're on talking about online gaming.
Right? Exactly. But, I mean, the franchise is popular, so I guess it has... I don't know the storyline. Like, Vox, when you said it has a dark storyline, I didn't know that at all. So I guess if it has that, there's something they could go off of already, even though I think it'll be entirely original. Probably a little bit based off of the games, but I don't know. And apparently it already has a manga, which I didn't know.
Yeah, that's news to me as
I
well.
did not know that either, but I actually might look that up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it does have a bit of a creepy background story. I won't spoil it for you, but it has to do with the fact that squid kids are all that's left, actually. We as humans are kind of non-existent. So...
We are inferior to the squid folk.
I mean, honestly, we probably are. We probably are.
Yeah, we can't turn into squids and fly through paint.
I know, right?
God. Yeah, I think this is to sort of... The reason they're doing this is to help with the advertising campaign for Splatoon 2, which is coming out incredibly soon and looks...
Yeah, I think Friday.
Very, 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 very good.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark's going to be reviewing it, actually.
Oh, ooh, lovely.
Right?
And Eurogamer are apparently reviewing it as well soon, like tomorrow or today or something. Today, actually, yes, in about 3 hours.
The damn press. Getting for us.
The bloody press.
Bit of a fun fact, actually. I don't know if I told you guys this. There was a Nintendo Switch event here in DC about a couple of months ago. I'd say 3-4 months ago. Mm-hmm. And I actually got the chance to play Splatoon 2. And, let me tell you. Let me tell you. It was so much fun.
Oh my god.
Like, OMG. No, but seriously, it was a blast. It was a blast. They've definitely refined the mechanics from the first Splatoon. It's something that definitely people should look forward to. I mean, they are looking forward to it, but the hype is real. The hype is real.
Yeah, I've honestly heard nothing but good things about this series. Like, I know the first one seemed to have, like, not that much content, kind of like how people complained about Overwatch when it came out. But other than that, I've heard nothing but great things about how the game works. But Vox, what do you think about them trying to make it sort of an esports game? Since you've played it, do you think it has the potential for that?
My honest opinion, as much as I actually am kind of against esports as something that exists, that's another thing entirely.
Yeah, that is.
I actually do...
Can I have your brief outline as to why esports isn't worthy of being a thing?
Damn it.
Very briefly.
Alright, fine. Here's my very, very brief snide commentary about it, and I know I'm going to get shit on in the comments for it, but it's something that, frankly, I don't see why it is a thing. It's a bunch of grown-ass dudes playing video games just trying to make money off of it. That's what we have YouTube for.
That's what we're
guys.
Yeah, that's what we're doing on YouTube. This is a bit hypocritical.
It should stay on YouTube. But I mean,
the irony is not lost.
No, it's not lost upon me. But honestly, it just seems like kind of a cash drain to me. A bunch of, sponsors and a bunch of trademark advertising guys just getting together and being like, hey, how can we make more money? Let's make people watch other people play video games and
all sports.
Yeah, I guess
every sport.
I guess that's kind of my thing on it. It's like a sport is a game, and then a video game is also a game. So if the audience is there, I guess why not? Like I find, don't get me wrong, I don't really watch esports much, but like I find when like the Halo World Championship is on, because Halo is my child and my baby, I will watch like the final game, and I think it gets pretty intense. Like again, I don't really watch sports. I don't really get like it just doesn't. It's not my thing. It doesn't stroke my dong in that way. But
okay,
watching,
4. Can I hear 5?
But watching the Halo World Championships is something else. I can definitely say that as a Halo fan. And I think that like people who watch like football and everything, they get that same kind of thing out of it, because it's like they love the sport, but they can't play it on a professional level, so they sort of live through that.
Are you saying that I suck at video games so much that I live up my fantasies through esports? Is that what you're saying, Max?
I mean, I know I suck at video games. So.
Are we gonna have the dialogue about this?
Oh no, Vox is getting serious, man.
Oh god.
Guys, if I'm dead, if this podcast just doesn't go live, know it was Vox.
That or the Konami snipers view refusing to say Castlevania correctly.
Oh yeah, that's also true. But the thing, call me old-fashioned, guys. I mean, in all seriousness, call me old-fashioned.
Okay, you're old-fashioned.
But, you know what? Screw you, Count. Screw you.
You asked me to do it!
It was a metaphorical... Anyway. It just... I feel like sports should remain something that is physical.
Okay.
Esports, I think that's my major problem with it. It's not that I have anything against the players. It's not that I have something against the games. It's just I feel like sports, the word sports, should be more of a physical thing.
I counter that by referring to the fact that darts is considered a sport.
And chess.
Still physical.
Chess is not physical.
It's very physical. Not the way I play it, anyway.
It's about as physical as playing a video game.
Not the way I play it.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Move the pieces around with my dick.
Okay, can I hear 6 then? And you know,
I was 5. Whoa, that is 5.
And look, I was personally, I was referencing wizard chess, just saying.
Oh. All right.
I really want to play this Star Trek 3D chess, and I know that that's been made into a thing.
Yeah, 3D chess is like a whole thing now.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Like, 3D chess is its own subgenre of chess.
You can buy a Star Trek 3D chess set for £250.
So, are you just going to be the dedicated, like, eBay/Amazon guy, Count?
I'm currently on the Franklin Mint, whatever that is.
Same. But anyways, back to the original question. So now that we know what you think about esports, Vox, do you think Splatoon will succeed as one? Splatoon 2?
Honestly, given how hectic and how involved it is, I actually have to say yes. I do think that if it becomes an esport, which shouldn't be a thing, but that's just me. If it becomes an esport, it has potential. It has potential to go very, very far and becoming potentially a semi-permanent thing, kind of like Counter-Strike.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, from what I've seen of it, it does seem unique enough as well to kind of have that pull and to kind of stand out from all the other generic shooters out there that are trying to get into the esports scene. Interesting. That's cool to hear.
Indeed.
Because I remember when they first revealed it, like on the Switch kind of reveal thing where they like showed all the games and everything, like way back in March, was it, or February? I remember, you guys remember in the trailer, like that was a huge thing. Like they were walking out to the Coliseum to play Splatoon 2, and I was kind of like, I don't know, Nintendo. I feel like that's kind of stretching, but I don't know. From what I've heard, like maybe that is a reality that can happen.
Yeah, definitely. I see that happening. And can we just, I'm sorry to go a little off topic here. It's still Nintendo, still Splatoon, but can we just talk about that whole Nintendo app on the mobile that's coming out for a second?
Oh, what, the voice chat thing? Fuck that.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
it's like, okay, so you want to communicate with other players online. You want to be able to receive invites and interact with them.
How does one do that?
And there's already a thing. There's two things, actually. One's called the cell phone, and the other one's called Discord. Congratulations, Nintendo. You just reinvented Discord. And the fact
but in
that
an
you need,
awful way.
It's so true. And the fact that they want to peg these freaking, like, this special headset that you have to connect to both your phone and the Switch to do this, it is stupid. Anyway, yeah, that's enough Vox salt for now. You can buy it in your grocery stores now. It's available in garlic and peppercorn.
I own 3. It's great.
Yeah, I know, man. You can marinate.
It comes in bags of 100 kilos a time. It'll burn through every bit of food you put it on.
And there's special
Nothing less.
flavors. There's esports and Pokemon remasters. So
You just had to push that button, didn't you? You just had to bring that up.
dude, I love it. I've heard it on like 3 separate occasions now throughout the different GameCast shows. I love it.
Deep breaths, Vox. Deep breaths.
I'm still gonna buy them. I'm gonna play them, and I'm probably gonna enjoy them.
You know what pisses me off, Count, is that I probably will too, because I'm such a Pokemon addict.
Well
Yeah,
then,
Pokemon's
what are you
great.
fucking complaining about?
All right,
I'm
new series,
complaining
new
because
series,
it's
Vox Assault.
Yeah.
It's just Vox playing
just-
a game that like Pokemon, and he's just like salting the entire time, but still, you
I'm
can
just
still tell
ranting.
he's enjoying it the entire
I'm just
time.
I'm like just ranting about it, but you can see like from the corner of my face just small grins popping up.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, this
I'm
is
just-
fun, but I hate
I'm just
everything.
I'm just in denial about the whole thing. Just in denial. It's- I'm not gonna go into it. I'm not. It's just they shouldn't have done that. That's all I'm gonna say. Moving on. Please stop me before I continue.
You're a kid now. You're a squid now. You're a kid. You're a squid. You're a kid now. So speaking of esports, I'm changing the order around slightly. EVO, whatever it's actually abbreviated. What does EVO stand for? Has happened.
I don't remember. That is not my gaming scene.
It's not my gaming scene either. I was really hoping it was one of yours.
No.
Otherwise, this is going to be an incredibly short segment.
Well, hold on. Let's. I don't think. Let's be honest. This is not going to be short.
Evolution Championship Series, which is somehow shortened to Evo. Just
Hey, it's a catchy name.
That recently happened, and it's the longest running fighting game tournament in the world. And according to their website, brings together the best from around the world in dazzling exhibition of skill and fun. And I can't tell you who won because they're already advertising next year's. But the games that were played were Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, Guilty Gear X. Is that X? I can't really see the logo properly.
Probably.
Guilty Gear XRD Rev 2, which is a terrible name. Injustice 2, which is apparently very good, although I still don't have it. Smash Bros. Melee, Smash Bros. Wii U, BlazBlue Central Faction, King of Fighters 14, and Marvel v Capcom 3. That's all I have. That's all the information I have, and all that I know. So
Don't get me wrong.
Yay.
I think it's really, really cool that they do this sort of thing because, like, to me, it's fascinating to me that all those different fighting games can be different enough to, kind of warrant this sort of championship. Like, fighting games are probably my least played games, like, ever. Not by choice, just out of just how the way my life has worked.
probably visual novels are my least played.
Oh, okay, fair. All right, visual novels would be under that, yes, for me too.
I've gone through 2 visual novels and that's it.
Yeah, I've played a few too. They always intrigue me, but sorry, what were you saying, Vox?
I shamefully admit that I've actually quite enjoyed visual novels.
No. You
Hey,
should
no
narrate
shame.
visual novels on your channel.
Oh,
What?
Yes,
What?
do that thing. Narrate visual novels on your channel, please.
Oh, God.
make sure it's an erotic one so we can get like a double boner.
Oh, thank you, Count.
That's
yes,
6.
just for you, Max. I'll be sure to do that. Would you like Nekopata, or which one is your preference?
One of the Sakura games or something.
I mean, to be completely completely frank, yes, it is very, very cool that all these games are different enough that each one warrants their own little mini tournament. Um, it's just there's a lot of them. Jesus.
Yes. I feel like if you're going to be dedicated to this sort of thing, you can't even play other games. Like, you can only play fighting games because there's so many, and you have to be, if you want to be up to date on that, I feel like that's the only time you'll have.
Well, that's the same with most sort of people who play esports, is they play that game and almost almost nothing else.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
Well, I was just saying the genre in general.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, I mean, the amount of sort of combo stuff and muscle memory that goes into it would take up a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I mean, Smash Brothers is already as weird as this is gonna sound. Smash Brothers is hard enough to master with all that weird wave dashing and all that crap that they've found out about it and all the combos they somehow work out of it. But I can't imagine for example Tekken or Street Fighter. Those are classic titles, and I still suck at them. I can't even do a single combo. So yeah, just these guys seeing them on the screen must be wild.
Have you guys watched competitive Smash?
No,
that sounds like an innuendo.
It's supposed to be insane though.
It is ridiculous. It is a new game. Like, I would recommend just watching like 30 seconds of it. It is just, I can't even compare it to anything else. It is just pure bliss. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
It's just, it's ridiculous. I can't even describe it just because I have a lack of knowledge. But
I remember watching
indescribable.
Two people, the baseball mode that's in, I think it's in Brawl.
Yeah.
Where you have to,
I think it's, yeah.
It's in a few of them, but like I remember watching one of those, and this guy just goes hammer on this thing, and he just makes it fly. I was just like, fucking hell, how did you do that? But then also on my Wii, I have a Smash Bros. Save file. I didn't play the game for a few years. I watched the replay of my best score on that, and I was just like, how the fuck did I do that? I was just like, what the fuck happened there? I couldn't do that now.
Countess peaked.
Yeah, I peaked when I was like 15. It's all gone downhill since then. Wait, are we talking about video games still? I don't know.
I think so. This one is related, though. This one is related to at least Evo and Smash Brothers and stuff. I know it's surprising, right?
Right.
No, I saw some rhubarb and custard samosas.
No,
oh my God,
Evo.
On topic. So the wildest thing I've ever seen in terms of a professional match between two players in Smash Brothers, these guys were playing, I think, what was it, Fox and I forget what other character. But it got to a point where they were fighting under the stage. Like, they were doing combos in midair, fighting under the stage. Yep. It's like, how the hell do you get so good that you're defying the laws, or the in-game laws?
Yep. And, dude, it's so fast-paced, too. It's like blink and you miss it kind of stuff. It's not even like they're just slowly hitting each other, like, carefully staying in the air and stuff. It's like, just move.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Watching their hands makes me hurt.
It's like
they just go into like another world.
So it's been a while since we talked about Atari's new console. In fact, this is the first time we're talking about it, but it's been a while since it's been brought up in news. When we got a first look at E3, Atari just kind of came out of the blue and said, "Hey guys, we have a new console," and they put their brand spanking new logo on the screen, and it was exciting. And personally, I've never played an Atari console, and I don't actually remember playing an Atari game. But moving on, it's interesting that they're they're coming out with a new console after how long? Like, it's been years, decades, hasn't it, since their last console came out?
Yeah, according to the article.
Decades, and it's from what I can see, the rendering of the console, it looks nice. It looks very nice. It definitely brings back that.
Yeah, it's got quite a nice sort of blend of the old wood panel from the
new
Atari 8-bit to this.
And so
nice modern plasticky loveliness.
It states that it has SD slots, HDMI ports, and 4 USB ports. So it suggests that they're moving into the modern. They're definitely bringing some of the modern stuff there. I wonder what they're going to do with it exactly, because Atari hasn't... What's the last Atari game that came out, realistically?
I mean, they publish stuff still, right?
I think so.
The stuff, apart from this, the stuff Atari's been doing in the last sort of 5-10 years, like Atari's basically just a shell of its former self, and this is the stuff they've been putting out is a heap of shit. Like they've been putting out mostly sort of like real money online casino games. They put out a really shit, like half-finished first-person shooter version of Asteroids, which was just fucking atrocious.
If you go on their website, they have mobile is like the first and one of the only sections on there. And then they have 4 Roller Coaster Tycoon games on the front page. And then
there's the fucking Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Just random other stuff. Guys, you need to see this website.
Piece of shit.
Just literally go on Atari.com right now. This is hilarious.
All right, let's do it.
Atari.com.
I can't even make this up.
About this already.
I can't make this up. This is awful.
Yeah. Oh man.
Mind you, Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic is genuinely a good mobile game worth buying because it is just a re-release of the first Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Oh, definitely. The first 2 are great. I can't say anything about the other ones. Haven't played them, but the first 2 games are wonderful.
I've never played Roller Coaster Tycoon Touch. Oh,
yeah, me neither.
I see what you mean. Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 is a mobile game and it's a piece of shit. It's microtransaction-ridden hell and should never have been released. And Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is very, very good. It's probably one of the best ones. It's like the first proper sort of 3D theme park builder that was any good. Yeah. And then they released Roller Coaster Tycoon World, which is an unfinished pile of shit, and Planet Coaster shits all over it because it's much better.
Because the idea was so great.
Yeah, and they ruined it, and they brought it out the same, like, they rushed it out of early access. They launched it in early access for some reason, then they rushed it out of early access because they wanted to launch at the same fucking time as Planet Coaster, and they killed it. Everything dead. Bullshit. Fuck Roller Coaster Tycoon World. Fuck Atari for making that.
I mean, yeah, just from the Atari's website, it looks barren. Like, if we're real about this, it looks barren.
They've not posted anything on their community tab since the 22nd of May.
Yeah. So, Atari has definitely seen better days. Who knows? At this console, I honestly see it as a Hail Mary. They're either going to come back with a vengeance and actually become a competitive force, or more realistically, this might be like their drowning plea for help, and that's it. This is the end of Atari.
As much as I don't want that to be the case, that sounds more likely.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's interesting because, Vox, you were pointing out the specs on the console and what it has. Notice how it doesn't have a disk drive at all.
Like, yeah, what are they running the games of? You have to load them onto an SD card. Is it just going to be a glorified emulator or something?
Because it has 4 USB ports. Like, that's a lot. Like, why does it need those, you know? And it says, as you can... This is a quote from the Eurogamer article. As you can guess, these ports suggest modern internal specs. It also means that while we will be delivering classic gaming content, we will also be delivering current gaming content, is what they wrote in the press newsletter.
But these ports suggest modern internal specs.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you on about? HDMI has been around for years.
Modern compared to what Atari ever was.
Well, yeah, modern compared... Like, the PS3, which launched in 2004, had a fucking HDMI port. USB ports have been around since the 90s. SD
Vox, can I get that Salt song again?
Fucking 90s. Jesus Christ, Atari. Salt!
Dun, dun, dun.
Musical transition, there we go.
There's another one. But no, and then our objective is to create a new product that stays true to our heritage while appealing to both old and new fans of Atari. I really want it. This is all like so vague right now.
It is.
Yeah.
I want this to be really good, but it's not. Yeah. A good comment. I can see this being another Ouya. Who remembers the Ouya?
Yeah. I remember that.
I could see it being exactly like that. That's probably.
It already looks better, though. I'll give them that. It definitely looks better than the Ouya.
Yeah, but most things look better than the Ouya.
Oh god. Here's my take on the Atari box, though. I think that's what it's called, right? The Atari box.
I think that's what we're calling it for now. I don't know if that's what it is called for sure. But yeah.
Yeah. honestly, it just sounds like they're trying to reinvent the Steam machine, which is, for those who have not been on the internet for the past, 10 years or whatever, the Steam machine is the, basically Steam's console, if you will. It's a computer. It's a PC. But it's essentially that. I honestly don't think anything else of it, though. I mean, it's just another operating. It's just another computer in it's another. Speak, Vox, speak. It's another small computer.
Yes,
it's another small
much.
computer that they're just going to use to run games.
Yeah, and when's the last time you even heard of a Steam machine? Anyways, what happened to those? They exist,
not been
I know.
One in
but
ages. The closest that came recently is the Nvidia Shield, and that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's is Atari being smart here? Because they need to do something very stand out here if they want this thing to go anywhere.
Atari are probably going to again go bust if this fails. So
yeah.
the
thing is,
very careful.
Even if this has a bunch of classics on it, it's that's not enough because we can play those on fucking Steam or anywhere now.
I was gonna say because there's a thing on Steam. It is called it's called Atari Vault, and it's got 30 or 60 classic Atari games that you can just play.
There you go, exactly.
And it's available for £7, so $10. 100 apparently, 100 games.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
But then again, we say that, but then I guess the NES Classic did well. As will probably the SNES Classic, but... Yeah,
I think there's more memorable NES and SNES games than there are Atari games.
Yeah, that's true. And those are harder to get, because those aren't necessarily all available on Steam and stuff. They're only available on Nintendo consoles, whereas Atari games are available fucking anywhere. You can even get them on your phone.
Nintendo, release Paper Mario Thousand Year Door on the Wii U or the Switch. Fucking hell. I cannot get that game for any sort of remotely sensible price, and I really want it.
So, am I the only weirdo that says SNES while everybody just says SNES?
I say that still. I say SNES.
Okay,
mostly just because I don't say it enough.
I think it's a very British thing, but yeah.
Yeah, come to think of it, I think Count is the only person I've heard say SNES.
Exactly, but thank you, Count.
Now you've got my little
brother saying SNES.
Oh my god, a sealed copy of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door on eBay costs £350.
What?
Jesus, I could hear Count's boner from all the way over here.
7. Lord.
Oh dear. There is one for £30, which is actually a decent enough deal.
Oh, okay. So, guys, just a second. This is a quote from the Eurogamer article on the AtariBox, but this is kind of bothersome. And I quote, "There is currently no word on pricing, features, games, or release date. Atari said that they were purposely sharing details step by step because they want to quote-unquote get it right and are keen to respond to feedback from the community." So they're purposefully keeping us in the dark about this? I mean, is that really a good idea when all of their crap has been shit lately?
Guys, is this an early access console?
I certainly hope not. I mean,
you buy it and then they'll send you a controller 6 months later.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, read the top, actually. It says, to limit risk-taking, this product will initially be launched within the framework of a crowdfunding campaign. This is an update to the article.
So it's like Shenmue 3's fucking Kickstarter bollocks, even though it's being funded by Sony. And they're like, oh, we just wanted to gauge how popular it would be. Yeah, by charging people money to show that they're interested. Fuck off.
No, but Vox, that's a great point.
Yeah. I don't know. This seems like this spells the end for Atari.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that too. Of course, we want to be wrong on that. We don't want to see the end of Atari, but I don't know. I have to think they're not dumb enough to do this sort of thing, to spell their end out, because they've been around for this long. They're not noobs to this entire thing. But I don't know.
They're dumb enough that they can't release a roller coaster game in a sensible state on time, so I don't know about this.
Okay, fair.
RuneScape is apparently still relevant in a topic that I covered in the news video that I recorded today. It's going out tomorrow and will be 2 days old by the time this video goes out. So go figure out that narrative, that timeline of events.
It's not that hard.
No, but some people are stupid. Anyway, RuneScape is still relevant because apparently they're launching it on mobile, and the mobile version will be able to play with the players on PC, because of course.
Hey, that's cool as hell.
Needs it,
in my opinion.
While I agree with you, I'm just surprised that RuneScape is still a thing.
Dude, I don't think it ever stopped being a thing, to be completely honest with you.
It's still going. It's still being updated, but it's just sort of faded into like the background. It's like the background noise of gaming.
But like you still hear about it and you're like, oh, RuneScape. Like I don't think anyone like is mad. Everyone's like mad that like Nintendo is still doing like Mario and stuff. But then you hear RuneScape and you're like, oh yeah, RuneScape. Like I've never heard someone be like, why is RuneScape still a thing? So I was like, hey, more RuneScape. Even if I haven't played it since like its prime. But like, or actually, I don't know. Maybe it's in its prime now. But I haven't played it since like 2006, 2007. But I still love reading about it.
2001.
Yeah.
RuneScape is one of those games that it generally brings warm fuzzy feelings to you, because it's kind of like and referencing the past articles, Crash Bandicoot, for example, and those games that are just they're nostalgia bringers. They're classics. And so, RuneScape is one of those games that just, you remember it from trying to play it and sneak some game time while in school, for example. I mean, that's what I used to do personally.
Yes.
Going to the school computer lab when nobody was around and being like, let's see if I can get some RuneScape in. And then finding out the fucking game was blocked
what
by
I
a
remember
firewall.
from RuneScape to me was the game that if you admitted playing it in the schoolyard, you got bullied for.
Really?
Yes, because it's like, oh, you play RuneScape, you're such a fucking nerd. Oh.
Damn, it was not that way in my school.
That's what it was for us. I think gaming was sort of considered a bit of a shit thing in my school until
being a nerd became the cool thing to do.
Pretty much, yeah. It was considered a shit thing as long as I was in school. But then like year 11, which is the last year of high school for us, everyone suddenly started playing Pokemon again for no reason.
Yeah.
I got bullied for the previous 4 or 5 years because I still played it, and then they all started fucking playing, and I was just like, are you kidding me?
You
sheeple.
bastards.
That's interesting. In my school, it was like everyone, including like the quote-unquote popular kids, they played RuneScape, they played Call of Duty, they played all those sorts of things. But if you played anything else, then you were seen as sort of the nerd. But we were never really bullied.
It was Call of Duty that was our thing in high school. It was like, if you played anything other than Call of Duty or FIFA, then you're a fucking weirdo.
Yes, exactly.
The obsession with the FIFA games over here is a bit creepy.
Yeah, well, the FIFA game is like, I think it's the most selling game every year. It's like the most popular game in the world, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's just sports game.
It's the most popular sports game, definitely.
Yeah. Or the best selling or something.
Only reason I like FIFA is because it's always so broken in the beginning. The glitches are hilarious to watch.
I would know.
There's YouTube channels dedicated to just finding the most hilarious glitches. You guys need to look it up when this podcast is over. Just the most hilarious FIFA glitches, and you will have a good time, I assure you.
Do you think this game coming to mobile will make you guys play it again?
No.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
Mox, you've been on that mobile shit lately, haven't you?
It's a guilty pleasure, to be honest. I love finding it's a mix. I like finding the best, and I also like finding the worst, the shittiest, like, pay-to-win games, and just playing them to see how bad they are. That's not to say anything bad about Goddess Kiss. I'm actually really enjoying that game. Don't judge me.
Oh my
Moving
god.
on.
No.
Look, man, it's fun. It's just there's just a certain charm about it.
I will not be playing RuneScape again, but I'm glad that it's a thing that's still happening.
Yeah.
I would.
Dun, dun. I think that's pretty cool. I may jump onto it. I don't know. I always try to get into mobile games, but the thing is, I think with mobile games, I need something that's really quick. Like Hearthstone works for me because I could play it like waiting for the train or something.
Yeah. I mean, what do I play? I was about to say, what do I play on mobile? The answer to that is fucking nothing. games that are okay on mobile. They released Revolt, the seminal PS1 racing game, on mobile, which you can get, which is quite good, although the controls are a bit fiddly. Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. Soul Knight is quite a good sort of... it's a bit like Enter the Gungeon, but on mobile. Hat 4, which is the zero punctuation game, which is very good. And Tiny DD, which is a Metroidvania style thing, which is quite... It's alright. Anyway.
Metroidvania!
So, let's wrap up the GameCast newscast for today. That was a very interesting and rambling chat all over the fucking place. So, thank you to my co-hosts, Vox.
Yo.
Wow. And thank you to my other co-host, Max.
Oh, that was wonderful. You're welcome.
That was truly wonderful. And thank you all for watching. I've been Snowy, Count Fracula, however you want to refer to me. If you enjoyed this newscast, we're going to be doing one pretty much every week. And there's all loads of other kinds of stuff that you can watch on the Gamecast YouTube channel, such as Let's Plays, news, podcasts, reviews, other things.
And soon opinions.
Yes, soon opinions. Even more opinions than we have here.
Yes.
Somehow.
Hosted by the man Vox himself.
Yes.
Yo.
Is that
Vox
all you're
is the new
capable
group.
of saying now?
There should just be an entire podcast of just you guys talking, and all I'm going to respond is,
Just occasionally go,
Yo.
yo.
we can tell his mood based on its inflection. We can tell if
Yes.
he's salty or not.
Yo.
yeah, if I'm salty, it's going to be somewhere along the lines of, yo.
Oh, God.
Brilliant.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching or listening, whatever you choose to do, and we will see you next time.
See ya, everyone.
And before we log off completely,
Oh, God.
penis.
Oh, that's 10.
There we go.
Yes!
We made 10.